I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, I think it was October 16th of 2016. It's number 27 and it's on season 28. But they predict Ivanka Trump in 2028. Interesting, huh? And we know a couple years ago there was an episode where it depicts a female president on The Simpsons. As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump, so the time frames don't even make sense. Because the longest term that Donald Trump could even serve would be all the way up to 2024. Let's say he gets reelected in 2020, he serves 4 more years, right? So that means there would be another president in between Donald Trump and Ivanka Trump. So some of these predictions don't even make sense, right? But we know that The Simpsons seems to be the most accurate, predictive programming like ever. Which, like, again, it doesn't make much sense because the movie Deep Impact seems to depict a black president, a male, when America gets destroyed. There's a video I made not that long ago, Simpsons Predict Next President. Now there are some interesting comments. Here's one. Trump's been put in the White House to fulfill Bible prophecies. He is the last Trump. I'm going to disagree with that. Here's one. 2020 Trump, 2024 Pence. That probably doesn't really make sense, but 2028 Ivanka and 2030 is a new world order. That's probably true right there. Because there's another episode where they give a hint that in the year 2031, World War China. Now, I do have to agree with this person right here. It is very suspicious. I've noticed there's a possibility that either Obama or Donald Trump was born a female, and then they did this Baphomet occultic worship practice that they do where they take a female and make it look like a man and all that. But I've noticed Obama doesn't have facial hair. Donald Trump doesn't have facial hair. So one of them is most likely born a female. This comment says Trump doesn't want to run for a second term. He wants to get the job done and continue with his legacy and go play golf and whatever. That might be true. This comment says a lot of people are starting to think Trump will get impeached before 2020 and Obama will return. Crazy stuff, man. I know there's been a ton of dreams and visions where they say that Obama is going to somehow return to office and martial law and all these bad things, but The Simpsons seems to predict something totally different. This statement says Oprah very well could be the next president and predictive programming and all this, but the only problem with that is I think she's already came out and said that she has decided to decline from running for president in 2020. Ivanka 2028. She would be old enough. I think you got to be a certain age to run for president. She would definitely be old enough to actually run for president. But it doesn't really make sense because other predictive program on The Simpsons seems to depict as if she's inherited from President Trump or she's right after President Trump. So anyway, what do you think the Illuminati planned out script is going to be? Who is the next president? Is there going to be a 4-year president between Trump and Ivanka? It really does make you wonder, is Lisa Simpson actually symbolic for Ivanka Trump? And is Ivanka Trump, was she born a little boy? You know how they do that at Baphomet, occultic worship abomination they got going on. Makes you wonder. Something else that's kind of interesting. There's a guy back in the 1930s, in fact it was 1933, kind of suspicious, huh? But he saw 7 visions, and what's amazing is they just slowly have unfolded and actually came true. And the last vision or step that he saw is that he saw this beautiful woman coming into power. He didn't know if it was a Catholic church or an actual woman. I believe it was the full manifestation of the whore of Babylon. You know, she rides the beast and all that, the full satanic manifestation. And then what's amazing, after he saw this woman coming into power, is when he saw the destruction of America. Isn't that interesting? And we know the Simpsons have already said the year 2031, World War China. There is a high possibility that you will see end time prophecy unfold in your life or in the next 20 years or less.